Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Antiquity, and welcome back to some more Starcraft 2. Spawning in the bottom right corner as the red Terran is 4XD's Brocky. His opponent is Team Lowko's Lowko, and he is playing the blue Zerg in the upper left corner of Preon Terraces. Now right here, Brocky says he closed the stream. Now the name of this replay is something a little bit different, and I'm not going to say what it is just yet. We'll see what actually happens. Brocky saying, if you lose, I'll leave game for sniping. Well, that is almost admitting, Brocky, that you're actually sniping the stream right now, because I believe he actually, Lowko actually played this game while streaming. You get the win, it's fair. You know, Brocky, you're kind of giving yourself away, man. That you might be sniping the stream. You get GM. Now, this is Master League play. To those who don't know, Lowko is in Master League, and so is his opponent in this particular game. Lowko decided to pick up his first expansion actually on the gold base, try and get that early commanding economic lead that he can. Right behind that, Brocky's actually also going to pick up his second base as well, just on his natural, though. Brocky getting a little bit of scouting information, but not seeing anything too terribly interesting. Not seeing any gas, not seeing any type of spawning pool. And Lowko picking up another hatchery over on another gold base off to the side a little bit. I have to wonder if during the stream he didn't say anything about this base. He just went ahead and did it. Brocky picking up the double gas as well. He may be going for some early mech play. And can almost getting his wall off done. He might actually manage to get it done if he gets that SCV over there. Sure enough, he does. No problem there. Does manage to get the wall off done. Any type of ling harass that might become streaming in. And Lowko does go ahead and pick up his spawning pool as well. So a very almost typical move for Lowko. The additional hatchery really early like that is not something you normally see from him. But I think in this particular case, not too terribly surprising behind all of that. Brocky is going to go ahead and drop the reactor onto the barracks to try and see if he can't pump out some Marines as quickly as possible and drop them into that into that bunker right behind it. Just kind of giving himself a good firm wall so that when Lowko comes knocking on the door with whatever he's got, it's going to hold him back a little bit. Lowko picking up the double gas, so I think we're going to see a very standard play coming from Lowko that is usually Roach Ravager. It is definitely a favorite style of his. He does have that gold base up and running, so he is very likely sitting, he is sitting on a commanding... Oh, I'll get it. Here we go. He is sitting on a commanding lead. My apologies for that. Commanding lead for minerals. Actually, it's pretty well tied. That's certainly very interesting. Pretty even between both players. Even though Lowko does have the 2 gold bases going, we will start to see a very commanding lead coming from him very shortly. Lowko does decide to go running up the base to see what kind of information he can get. Problem is he's going to run into a big old thick wall. And Brocky has dropped his factory behind all of this as well. So I definitely think he's going to go for the tech lab. So I think we might start to see some siege tanks in store for Brocky. We don't see a whole lot coming out from Lowko. He does go ahead and drop the Roach Warren. So again, we're going to see that Roach Ravager play. And he's going to stick around with just a couple of lings for a little bit of scouting information and defense. He does go for the double evolution chamber to get those upgrades as quickly as possible. He does have ling speed just about ready to finish. So he's going to be able to have that additional speed on his lings for scouting information and quicker surrounds. Sure enough, we do see 5 roaches coming out from Lowko that I imagine are very quickly going to get morphed into Ravagers. And we're definitely going to start to see, I think, the +1/+1 coming out of Lowko as well. He does like to get that early tech lead. While Brocky is definitely playing that more turtle style and just kind of playing very defensively, which is interesting. We do see a starport getting dropped down and a reactor to go along with it as well. So, very interesting to see the reactor. Maybe going for mass medevac. He's going to roll out with just a handful of Marines, or not, He may decide, you know what? Nah, I don't need to do that. So sure enough, we did see that siege tank coming out from Brocky. And we actually see Liberators coming out from Brocky. Very interesting. He is going to start building his command center for his third. Well, it's going to be a little bit before we actually see anything coming out of that. Lowko sitting on a nice little army of a nice handful of roaches and lings, and sure enough, we start to see that very common Lowko style of bringing out some Ravagers as well. The thing is, with this particular style of his, he is very deadly with this little army composition. We do see a nice big rollout coming out from Brocky, a handful of siege tanks, and a number of Marines are going to come streaming across the map. Right alongside it, 2 Liberators to see if they can't try and do any type of damage as well. And Lowko knows it's there, as those units are now on the creep. So we're going to start to see some nice micro coming out of hopefully both players. He's going to set those Liberators up and start putting in those Liberator zones. Being in static like that, though, sure enough, all those Marines go down from Brocky. And those Liberators being stuck in place, they're going to go down just to find what those Ravager hits. Although one does manage to survive. And it's going to sit just right on top of Lowko's expansion. And force Lowko to pretend. Actually, Liberators don't seem to target buildings. That's interesting. So Lowko's going to go running across the map to see what kind of damage he can get. But Brocky is going to siege up with his Liberators, so to speak, and kind of hold that line while he tries to expand. Although trying to expand, I think, with Lowko sitting outside your front door might be a dangerous move the dangerous thing to do. That was strong out of Brocky. So here we go. Lowko's going to go push himself through this front door, and it looks like he does have more than enough to get through. He does. Sure enough, he breaks down that supply depot, and in he goes. Brocky trying to bring in the SCVs to try and block it all, but it's just not going to be enough. In comes another Liberator zone, but Lowko's got those Ravagers. Just drop those on that Liberator. Down it goes as well. And in comes Lowko, marching into the base of Brocky. Just going to do a ton of damage and bring down some of those heavier tech units, or heavier tech buildings, to try and stop that production. Forcing all of Brocky's SCVs off the mineral line, completely stopping any type of economic income. And Lowko is just going to town on Brocky here. Brocky just doesn't have anything to counter this. He's been forced to stop all of his mining. He's got a little bit. He's actually got nothing on that one. And one floating command center. He's got just a couple of Banshees in the air, which are slowly picking off Lowko's units, but there are just units streaming across the map from Lowko to reinforce all of this. Brocky just getting decimated here, and everything just getting leveled. Just a couple of Banshees are not going to do it. You have to wonder what was really going on. The Liberators were an interesting play as to what was coming up. But Lowko just punishing anything that was there, and punishing Brocky for sniping his stream. The name of this particular replay was Stream Sniper, so I have to imagine that Lowko knew he was being sniped, and Brocky kind of gave itself away. And this is what happens when you snipe Lowko's streams. He will punish you for doing it. This time you got me, GG. And Lowko just not even responding just because Brocky was BMing him in the first place with that whole stream sniping silliness. There you go, folks. You go stream sniping Lowko. He will punish you in one way or another. He's got more than a handful of tricks up his sleeve. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next one.